A boss mom doesn't allow society to tell her that her goals no longer matter. She handles her business both inside and outside of the home. Welcome to the Boss Mom Movement Podcast with me, your host, Ashley White, where you'll hear me speak with millennial moms who have not allowed the title mom to stop them from achieving their goals. During this podcast series, we'll discuss how we balance it all and other mom-related topics. It's a space for all my bossy mamas, whether you're an entrepreneur, mama in corporate, or both. Being a boss mom isn't easy, but it's our lifestyle. So with that being said, all right, boss moms, let the movement begin. Hey, Boss Moms, welcome back for another Boss Mom Movement episode. You are here for episode 7, and we are here today, always in mommy mode with Courtney Johnson. And today she's going to discuss her platform as she looks to impact other young mothers who are basically going through this motherhood journey for the first time. So introducing Miss Courtney, how you doing today?
Hello, I'm doing fine. And yourself?
I am good. I appreciate you taking the time. I know we had to reschedule because life happens, right? So even tonight, I'm like, okay, can we push it back like a couple
Right.
of minutes? I got to get my baby together. but anywho, glad to have you here. So take a moment and introduce yourself to the audience.
Okay. Well, hello, everyone. My name is Courtney Johnson. I am from Miami, Florida, born and raised. I graduated from Tuskegee University in Tuskegee, Alabama, one of the best HBCUs, the best HBCU.
Debatable. Don't I appreciate the school pride.
Yes, founder of Mommy Mode. I have a beautiful 16-month-old baby boy. I am currently a full-time probation officer. And yeah, that's me.
Okay. So we have another HBCU grad in the house tonight. So, I'm gonna let her have that, best HBCU, but we already know. But don't cook me. jokes. But no, it's good to have you here. So I want to just take it back. When I think of mommy mode, that I always say that like I feel like I'm always in mommy
Yeah.
mode since I have honestly, but since I became pregnant, I feel like as soon as I found out I was pregnant, it was like, I'm a mom. So I wanted to.
As well. That's crazy that you said that because that's how I came up with the name, always in mommy mode. Because I'm like, when I was pregnant, people like this and that. I'm like, girl, I'm in mommy mode. Like, I'm in mommy mode.
I can't do that. Look.
Then once I had the baby, I'm like, hold on, I'm still in mommy mode. Okay, I see this is never going away. This is a thing.
Right.
Like,
Right.
so always in mommy mode. When you with the baby, when you're not with the baby, like
Mm-hmm.
always in mommy mode, 24/7. So that's
I
actually how.
love it. I love it. So how long have you had your platform?
I'll say I had my platform since the okay, well, let's say this. I had the idea the whole time I was pregnant. I was getting logo,
Mm-hmm.
everything, the whole nine. But of course,
Mm-hmm.
I found out. And I was like, you know what? I'm not gonna do it. And once I had the baby, I still was chickening out, putting it off.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'll do it this day. I'll do it Christmas. I'll do it New Year's. I'll drop it Valentine's Day. I'll drop it Mother's Day. Whatever. Still just putting it off. And one day I just woke up and I was like, you know what? Today's the day. I'm tired of holding back. I have all these great ideas. It's either now or never. Like
Right.
everything doesn't have to be perfect. Just start. Because if you wait for everything to be perfect, it'll never happen. So I would say consistently since about the end of like November-ish, maybe before that, maybe like October of like
Mm-hmm.
2020, consistently.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
They consistently. So it's still very new, very fresh.
Okay. No,
Mm.
I'm glad you was transparent and just sharing like you had the idea, you thought about starting it, and then you kind of like was second guessing yourself and chickening out because I experienced that as well with the boss mom because I created when I was pregnant and I'm just like I I don't want to start nothing that I wasn't going to be consistent with.
Okay.
And then just second guessing myself in general because of fear. But I'm glad that you were able to come out of that and start your platform, because it helped me, honestly, as a new mom, just seeing your posts and little reminders that, we're more than moms, but, it's okay to just be in that mommy mode and, look to other moms that are maybe going through the same things that you're going through, and just letting you know, like, it's gonna be okay, girl. Like, you're gonna get through this. Like,
Together.
right. So I appreciate you starting your platform, and I hope that continues to evolve for you. So let's talk about like the impact of being a mom. Like, how has that changed your life? I know you're a young mom, you just graduated not too long ago. So how has that impacted your life?
Okay. I can honestly say becoming a mom has changed my whole perspective of life. Growing up, I
Mhm.
was the baby of the family, kind of never really had no responsibilities because I was the baby. So everything was always done for me. But once I found out I was pregnant, I'm like, wait, what? Like, what? I don't even know how to do half the stuff I'm supposed to know how to do. I'm going to be a mom. Like, no, this is impossible.
Right.
I can't do it. So for one, it taught me responsibility for sure.
Mm.
Because I went from having none to having the biggest responsibility of them all. I'm in charge of a whole nother person. So it
Right.
definitely taught me responsibility. It taught me patience. Patience is key. Patience is a virtue, okay?
Listen.
You need a whole lot of patience.
Okay. Can't get enough of it.
Yeah, so it definitely taught me patience. It taught me how to just be more compassionate, more gentle, a more gentle person, just to be kind all around. You never know what someone's going through. Um, Being a mom has taught me so much about myself. I learned my strengths, like
Mhm.
I'm so strong, girl. I ain't never know.
Okay. You can't tell me I'm not.
What? Superwoman, okay?
Seriously. And I'm
Anything.
sure other moms can attest to that too.
Yes. It definitely taught me my strengths. It taught me to not look at my weaknesses as a weakness. It's something to grow from, something to learn from. Yeah, being a mom has definitely changed my life for the better. I wouldn't have it no other way. I learned something new about myself every day, literally. And
Yeah.
like we're
Yeah.
together, we're going through this together, and it has honestly made me a better person overall in general.
Mm.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so sweet. I honestly feel the same way. Like when it comes to my little baby boy,
Mhm.
like I'm just like, you just snap into. I feel like
Yeah,
it kind of happened overnight. Like I just snapped into this other person. Like as soon as it was like, okay, you're pregnant now. You're Ashley 2.0.
exactly.
Like it was the push that I needed. I feel like it just made me like less
Need
fearless,
it.
that I didn't know exactly that I didn't know I needed, right? And so it just that's why
Like,
I love talking to other moms. It's just like you just never really realize how relatable
yeah,
you are from the mindset, the things that you're doing, going through. So it's just so good to have these communities, right? That we can connect with other moms. And I'm so happy to see. And maybe because I wasn't pregnant before I was pregnant, right?
right,
So I didn't know about all these, mommy pages and just
either.
communities. It's just so refreshing to see, especially when you're around the same age as other women and maybe going through the same life, outside of motherhood.
A
Um,
support from other people, like it's just everything,
exactly.
especially when you need it the most, because
Exactly.
it's so much. And like you said, you have to snap into it. No matter how many books you read, no matter how many videos you watch. Because when I tell you I was watching every YouTube video, reading every book, I was at Barnes and Nobles every weekend getting a book about pregnancy, motherhood, fourth trimester, everything. And still when the baby got here, I was like,
What
whoa,
am I doing?
okay. Like nothing, no sentence, nothing prepared me for this moment right here.
And that's so crazy that you say you was looking at all these books and looking at all these books, reading all these books and looking at all these YouTube videos, because I did the complete opposite, honestly.
Exactly.
And
Work to
because I just felt like my experience is going to be my experience. And not to say that none of that stuff is good or helpful, because it very much is. But I'm like, I'm not watching no birth videos because I
yeah,
don't want to be scared shitless. Right. And then as far as books, I mean, I'm going to be honest with you, I could be better at reading books. So that's just not my forte anyway. So I'm like, okay, I'm going to just jump into this thing because, like you say, you really can't be prepared until you're in it.
Exactly. And I learned that. Exactly. You cannot it just comes. And I always tell people, you may not know now, but once the baby get here, you're gonna be fine. You're gonna be fine. You're gonna figure it out as you go. Do what works for you. That's
Hmm.
what I had to learn too. Do what works for me and my baby because every parenthood and motherhood, everything is different. Every situation,
Hmm.
so you have to do what works for you.
Absolutely. So with your platform, Mommy Mode, have you gotten like a lot of responses from other moms? I'm sure you have like DMs and just, maybe thanking you. Like, how's that impact been? And how does it make you feel?
It makes me feel so good and just helpful because I wanted that when I was pregnant, So it really keeps me going. I get messages, and it's crazy because before I started it, I would always get messages like, "You need to start something. You have all these helpful tips. You do this, you that." I'm just like, they don't even know. I'm just sitting on this already.
Okay. Right. Look, ready to pop out.
So it really gives me that extra push, and it just reminds me to keep going. Like, even if you feel like nobody's watching, nobody's paying attention, somebody is. Trust me, you're doing it for someone. So I really love the feedback. It's always positive feedback. I'm always open to ideas from my followers and my supporters, like what they think, and like, hey, comment below what you think or this and that. They send me stuff all the time. Oh, hey, you should post this. Like, I love it. Like, if someone has like the other day, this girl, she was selling formula that she never used before, like things like that. You could DM it to me. I could put it on my story, like, hey, someone selling have formula, whatever. If you need it's never been open. So I love the feedback. It's always great, and it really keeps me going. It really does.
Hmm. What do you think, or what has been like your biggest impactful moment? I would say, like, because I've seen you post different tips, like you said, and it's reading to your baby, singing with your baby. Y'all so cute. I love it. But what post or what story do you think that you have shared that has been the most impactful for your community?
Let's see. Breastfeeding, about breastfeeding. And that was honestly one of the first posts, the breastfeeding post. Because everyone isn't able to breastfeed, but this generation kind of made it to where if you don't breastfeed, your baby's not healthy. And that's not the thing at all. Like, that's not true. As long as your baby is fed, you're doing fine. Whether it's breast milk, formula, it doesn't matter. So I must say, when I started posting about breastfeeding, that's when I was getting the most responses, and mothers like, "Oh my God," and I felt so bad that I couldn't do it. I wasn't producing. I was scared to say something, but this made me comfortable. Like, yeah, as long as your baby is fed, you're doing great. Doesn't have to be breast milk. Do what works for you. Your mental health, your baby needs you to be a happy mom over anything. So if breastfeeding is making you depressed and overwhelmed and adding more stress, then maybe it's not something that you should do. And you could be okay with that. It's okay.
Right.
So let's say the breastfeeding post is what made I feel like had the most impact on people. Just
Hmm. Hmm.
like, it's okay if you're not able to produce milk. It's okay if you're not an overproducer. You produce just enough. It's okay.
Right.
Hmm.
No,
So
I'm glad you even said that, because that is, I feel, especially for new moms, that's one of the main struggles that we go through is like just, especially leading up to birth, right? Because I know that was something I was thinking about. I'm like, oh, I'm small chested. What if I don't have, girl, naive, right? I'm like, girl, I know titties. Like, how am I going to breastfeed my baby? And like my family, my friends, they would laugh. They're like, girl, your breast size don't matter.
yeah,
Like, I'm crazy, but I've been doing like actually been pretty well,
mhm,
with it. I'm sure I mean, obviously everybody produces at different speeds and different they have different loads of milk that come in, and one thing we have to stop doing, like you said, is comparing ourselves to each other, because it can become too stressful, and like you said, if we're overstressed, we're not
exactly.
100% for our baby, right? And so I think we should definitely do a little better as a mom community and just supporting each other. Like, yes, put the facts out there, right? And so we know, obviously, anything that's like not chemically made or, tampered with is probably going to be more healthy than the next thing. But it doesn't mean like you can't find other alternatives that could still be as healthy or almost as healthy anyways for your child. You don't have to get the worst of the worst that's on the market. But you also don't want to stress yourself about not being able to produce as much. Or like me, I formula feed and
Yeah,
you know,
that's for the
breast milk feed.
strictly breast milk, and then I started adding formula once I started working and all of that stuff. So I was the same way. I was the same way. And at first I felt bad about it. I felt bad that I had to add formula just because of the stuff I see, the stuff I hear. Like I didn't even tell my friends I had started adding formula. I was just like not saying nothing. One day I was like, you know what? This is my baby, my decision, and this is what's best for us. So yeah, I add a little formula here and there. I do. I do.
Look, I do half and half, and I'm okay with that. And I tell other people, like, you know, I found some formula that I'm okay with,
Mm.
and my baby healthy. Like his
Oh,
doctor's appointments, you know, doctors are he one of the healthiest babies I've seen. And
exactly.
so definitely building that community and that strength around breastfeeding, because that definitely does stress a lot of moms out. So I'm glad to hear that that was one of your most impactful moments.
Yes.
So mommy mode and work life balance. How
Woo!
has that been balancing? Because I know, like, girl, first of all, posting on social media stresses me out because I am a full time working mom. Like,
Oh
so
boy,
how's it been?
baby. I'm still trying to find the balance. Okay. I'm still figuring it out. Okay. It ain't easy. Woo. But
It's not.
we getting there. But I must say, what I try to do is like not have a set schedule because the day is gonna go how it's gonna go once I get off. But I try to just make sure I'm not too overwhelmed or too tired or stressed out from work that I still have enough energy to give my baby.
Mhm.
Like once I clock out at 5, I leave work at work. I don't think about it once I leave that building. For my mental, for my baby's mental, I leave it there. And so far that's been working. It's been working.
Okay.
Tired. Oh, I be so tired.
Girl, I work from home,
Oh,
still tired.
listen, I know. So, it's definitely a struggle, but we working through it. It's getting better. And my baby goes to school. So while I'm at work, he's at school. So of course, when I get off work and go get him, he just want to be under his mommy all day. Like, so I'm
As they do, honey.
balance for the me time because I don't have much of me time right now. But it's gonna come. It's gonna come. We getting there. So I'm still trying to figure that out and make sure I get enough rest. Just making sure I have all of these things. I'm eating right. I'm getting rest. My mental is okay, so I could be the best mom I could be. So I'm still balancing this working out because I actually just started back working in December. So it's yeah,
Okay, okay. That was a good maternity leave. Look, what kind of benefits they got over there? There.
Okay, well, okay. I started. Okay, let's let me backtrack. Let me backtrack. So at first, I started working when my baby was 2 months. Two,
Okay.
right? So I left that job because it wasn't working. Like it was an overnight job. I was dealing with inmates. I was locked up with them 24/7. It kind of started taking a toll on me. I wasn't feeling it.
Mm.
So I stopped working there. I got a promotion to a juvenile probation officer. So I was a juvenile probation officer, still with the kids. And then I took a couple months off and then I started back in December with adults. So yeah, I've been kind of like dipping it down.
Gotcha. Gotcha. But you know, when you going through, you know, becoming a mom, but then also being a recent graduate, is you still having that time to figure out life, right? Because I know
Oh yes. Figure out
when
your
I
schedule.
exactly like when I first graduated, I was like,
What's
I don't know exactly where my life is taking me, right? I don't know what I want to do. Okay, I started in education and I'm like, okay, I'll do this for a few years. And I've transitioned out and you know, it was cool, but you know,
Wasn't for
I
you.
need some more.
Okay.
Right? Okay, exactly. So I could definitely understand just having mommy, new grad. This
Yes.
is a lot, right?
In the
So
pen
do you,
all
oh,
all
exactly.
in the pandemic, okay? Let's stop.
Exactly. I don't even know how I forgot about that. Maybe because it's still here,
Exactly.
but
Yes.
it's like regular now, right? Um, so I'm glad we're getting into that because as a new grad starting out and then becoming a mom, do you feel like becoming a mom shifted your plan? Like I don't know what your plan was post graduation, but do you feel like it changed it at all, or what was your plan?
So it did and it didn't. And the only reason I'm gonna say it didn't is because when I first graduated, I moved abroad. So in college, I was a part of the study abroad program.
I'm
Went to
jealous.
Paris, Cuba, Dominican Republic with my school. So once I graduated, I got an offer to move abroad to Spain, Madrid, Spain, and become a third grade teacher. So I was doing that. Life was good. Oh, girl, life was good. I was catching my flights over there, having the time of my life. And then I came home for Christmas break, had a good time, whatever, whatever. Went back to Spain, found out I was pregnant, and then the pandemic happened. All of this
Mm,
happened in March. I found out everything. And so they
wow.
immediately shut the program down in Spain. So I had no choice but to come back home. So either way it went, I was coming back.
Yeah. Well, at least the world shut down, so it wasn't
Yeah,
like you was missing out. Look, it wasn't
but
your
it was a lot. It was a lot because it wasn't really, really planned. And like I had just graduated, I was starting my career. But it was a lot. It was a lot. But I can say it made my ambition. It made me go harder. Like once I found out I was having a baby, especially because I feel like once people find out you're having a baby, they're like, oh, like she's done with, like,
mm.
whatever. No, baby, I'm just getting started. Like,
Hello.
seatbelt on.
Hello. Y'all
I'm
better
just,
take y'all better watch.
yes,
Okay.
yes. And that's what it was. Everybody felt like, oh, she done with, she did all this, all this. Now she gonna have a baby. It's done. No, prove them wrong.
Yeah.
So I'm good with change and adapting. Like, I've always been a person that was able to adapt in any situation. So I rolled with the punches basically, and I made it work for me in my situation.
No, I like that. And that's what it's all about.
Ex-
That's why I titled Boss Mom, right? Because
ex-
sometimes well, first of all, life's gonna throw you curveballs, right? And you gotta, like you said, roll with the punches and make it work for you. Like, I feel like I never want to say because my plan definitely changed, but I feel like for the better. Like you said, made me a better person. My path changed, but my vision I feel like has always remained the same. Like I want to be successful in whatever it is that I set my mind to.
Yes.
And I feel like I honestly feel like since the pandemic my life has been up. I'm not even going to lie to you. Got a new job, like, and not even the job that I'm at now.
Yeah.
My job previously, I
Mhm.
got it during the pandemic,
Mhm.
which was better. Like when I lost my job in the pandemic, I just didn't know what to do. I fell apart. I'm
Oh.
like, man, I have never lost a job before.
Yeah.
Granted, I hadn't been in the workforce that long to
Mhm.
go through like a layoff. I mean, you can go through a layoff at any point, but I feel like I hadn't been, really in the workforce that long. And then experiencing that, I'm just like, I don't know what this is
Ex-
like to not have a job. I
ex-
didn't have, and of course, you getting laid off at first of all, regardless, laid off in a pandemic or laid off in general, you don't
right.
really have a plan, right? Because it's unexpected. So I'm just
Exactly.
like, okay, now what? And then I just ended up getting an opportunity, and then shortly after I got that opportunity, I actually got pregnant. And
Mhm.
so I just feel like God was setting up my life, and I didn't even know. You know what
Exactly.
I'm saying? And
Yep. I feel like everything happens for a reason.
it does. It really does. And then I don't know. It's just like you said, that it
Ex-
put that in me. Like, okay, I'm
ex-
pregnant, and now I got the boss mom. I wouldn't have never thought of it. Well, if I'm not a mom, there's no need for me to think of
exactly.
it, right?
and be here.
So it's yeah, I mean, that's just I love, how you put that. It's just like, yeah, it shook things up for you, but you made it work, right? And now you probably looking back like, man, I mean, you've been impactful to other mothers.
Everything happened the way it was supposed to.
Exactly.
It happens for a reason, and yeah, like we here now, and we doing
Right.
it. Like
Exactly. It ain't nowhere to go but up, right?
exactly. Let's go.
So as far as mommy mode is concerned,
hmm
what are your plans? Are you just looking to keep it like an online community? And if you got some, cooking that you can't share just yet, I understand that too. But if it is anything that you can share, like what's your plan with it?
Okay, well, I will say I have very, very, very big things in store for Mommy Mode. It won't stay just online. I plan to have conferences and big, big, big things. Big, big, big things. So, yes, Mommy Mode will be growing this year. We'll be expanding. I plan on merchandise and everything you can think of. Yeah,
Okay.
coming sooner than later.
Okay, okay. Well, I'll definitely be on the lookout and, I definitely will share with other moms because I feel
Yeah,
like honestly, as a mom, you really can never have too much community,
you can.
right?
You can.
And now that I've seen it and well, seen motherhood and I see all of these communities and these different pages and groups and all that, I'm just like, it's so many moms out here to connect with, so many moms to influence or inspire or just touch,
Yeah.
even with a simple post,
Yeah.
right? So I'm rooting for you and your
Ooh, by the way, I want you to know I'm so happy for you and I'm so proud of you. I love what you're doing. The
thank you.
consistency, okay. I love it. The aesthetics, okay. I love it. I see you, okay.
Look, look, thank you because it is hard. Okay. I mean, like working full time, raising a small child because this is when they need us the most, right? And so, what's sleep? I mean,
I
as
don't
a mom, you don't really get sleep,
I don't know what
but what is it?
I don't know what that is.
Can't relate. But it's getting better. He's getting older, and your son is older than mine, so I'm sure
How old-
you he is who child? He's 6 months, going on 7 months in a week. Honestly, it feels like
Well,
he going on 17.
you have
But
baby.
baby, yes.
Oh, I remember those days. Well, let me tell you, the sleep will get better,
Okay.
right? But then you have sleep regression where it's just going to get worse. And then it's going to get back better again. Oh, you're going through that right now.
I feel like that's what I'm going through now because he's teething.
Okay, then yeah, that's most likely that's it.
We got two teeth, right? And so he is, girl, like, he's fussy when it's
Yes.
bothering him,
Yes.
obviously. And so it does kind of mess with his sleep. But I will say, my son like to be up under me and his dad as well. And so we have noticed that he really don't have no problem sleeping when he's up under you. It's when he's not up under you.
Right. That's my baby right now. Like, and he has to have his hand in my mouth.
Oh,
Yes. Yes.
he has to make sure that you're not going anywhere. So
Ex-
he already know. If he hooked that hand in there,
yes. And when I say
look,
it has to be me. I try to put a teddy bear or no, a blanket. No, it has to be my lip. Okay, literally.
oh my goodness. That is so adorable though. Like my baby has this thing where he more so does it when he's like as I'm breastfeeding him and he's still awake. And then he likes to grab on my mouth and
Mm-hmm.
dig his little finger into my
Yeah,
bottom lip. And I'm just like, sir, what are we doing?
exactly.
But I love it though. I'm gonna miss these times when he, is too old, when he's gonna be like, ew, mom, get away from me.
Because
No.
12 months, baby. No, actually, no. Once they get like 9, 10 months, 11 months, that's when it's gonna start. Okay, I
He
tell people,
better not.
oh, infant stage any day,
I already know I'm so like
but
lovable and he's so cuddly.
beautiful to see them grow up. Like, it's like in a blink of an eye. Like, I cannot believe this baby is 16 months already. I don't know what happened. When did it happen? Like, I'm confused.
Girl, and then he almost into terrible twos. I haven't been there yet, but I have seen them.
Yes, he run everybody. He run around the house. But it's just so beautiful to just watch him grow. And it's just like, I
Absolutely.
did that. Like, I did that.
Absolutely.
Like,
Right.
oh,
And I can't wait for him to go to the league so I can really say I did that, right?
hello.
But no, so tell the audience how they can find Mommy Mode so we can watch this growth, honey.
Okay, so you can find Mommy Mode on Instagram, mommy._mode. And yes, you can also follow my son's Instagram, raising, RAISING.Glenn. He is a model. So feel free to support him as well.
Okay, little boy
And
model.
so I'm a momager as well. Add that.
Okay. Look, multiple hats. So we
Yep,
got momager, probation officer, Mommy Mode founder.
period.
Hey, it's limitless, okay? Well, I appreciate you, Courtney, for supporting the Boss Mom movement and coming on and just, discussing Mommy Mode and just having your platform. I truly appreciate it. So,
And you as well. Thank you for inviting me. Thank you for supporting. Thank you
no
for
problem.
this platform. It's amazing. Keep going, okay? Keep
Thank
going.
you.
I love
Thank you. You as well. So, well, you guys, you have tuned in for season 3. Again, this is episode 7.
this.
Always in Mommy Mode with Courtney Johnson. So, as I always let you ladies know, stay bossy and stay motivated. And I will see you ladies next time. Hey, ladies, if you enjoyed today's episode, do me a favor and leave a 5-star rating and review. You can find the Boss Mom Movement streaming on Apple and Google Podcasts, Amazon Music, Spotify, and YouTube. Want to keep up with the movement? Visit my website at thebossmommovement.com and subscribe. Thanks for the support, and I'll see you next time.